Mic isn't on. There we go. Good evening. I'm Jeff Lyons. It's 9 o'clock here on Tuesday night, May the 19th. Time for the 14First Alert Weather Show at 9. I'm watching your comments here, so if you have any questions or so forth, you can put those in, and we'll check those out in just a little bit. I have canceled the alert day here. I really don't think we're going to see much, if any, action overnight. What I am watching will be for a few scattered showers, maybe some patchy fog out there, and then cloudy and cooler tomorrow. Still some rain possible early, but we get back into an unsettled and warmer pattern over the weekend. Here's the radar right now. You see some just regular old rain moving up across western Kentucky now, and this is exactly where we need rain, a lot of it. We have severe drought down all the way into Hopkins and Muhlenberg counties. Things are not really moving along very quickly, and there still is a little more rain in the pipeline. However, things seem to be kind of drying up and the storms angling more to the southeast. So we may be done with any significant rainfall through the night. The models have really been, to be real honest with you, completely out of control. They're not showing what is actually happening. Of course, that makes it more challenging here to forecast and predict what's going to happen for you in the morning. Looking at just where the cold front is and what the situation is with moisture in the atmosphere, etc., wouldn't surprise me to have a few showers in the morning, but I think that's kind of overdone for Wednesday, because once that front comes through, there really won't be much to work with. There wasn't much to work with today, certainly not for severe thunderstorms. I think we had 3 severe thunderstorm warnings in the tri-state, and they were all for small hail, so not really an issue in there. Potentially, you know, in the next day or so, we could find another 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain, but at least the going trend is a little drier now than what it was. We're at 77 with winds out of the southwest at 5. And the temperature only got down to 65 this morning and did pop all the way up to 87 this afternoon, which is about, right now's temperature is about 10 degrees warmer than it was last night at this time. It's still kind of muggy out there. Our low and high, of course, were both above normal by about 7 to 9 degrees. And we added one of our warmest days of the month here. In fact, the warmest day, I guess we had 88 Sunday, so close to that, second warmest. And no rain, at least none in the gauge just yet. We did chip away at some of the rainfall deficit yesterday with that 1.18 inches, so we're still lacking by about 1 1/3 inches. And I don't know that we're going to find it as this cold front comes down, because keep in mind as it moves along here, unless it stalls, and that's kind of what we're thinking, is it'll stall here across Kentucky and Tennessee, that'll keep us still unsettled enough that we may get some additional showers. But I think areas that get the heavy rain are going to be the outlier here, or the exception. I think most folks, not a lot of rain coming up here, at least not the way the front is behaving right now. So the bottom line here is we're still going to get some rain overnight, and there's still a chance of some thunder, but it is the severe weather threat, I believe, has ended for the tri-state. Over the next 7 days, we have a big warm-up coming again for the weekend. Of course, this is a holiday weekend. A lot of you might be trying to camp or, you know, go to outdoor stuff, and that might be an issue there with some scattered thunderstorms. So you want to make sure you have a way to watch the weather and get alerts if there are any. I'm not convinced we're going to have severe weather, but we could have some showers and storms that would be disruptive. The models, again, painting, you know, general chances of thunderstorms right through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and maybe into next week as well, with rain amounts, you know, up there, maybe another 1 or 2 inches over the next 5 to 7 days. So the GFS always goes a little bananas on rainfall. The main thing here is to compare rain chances by day, and both days, excuse me, we're going to have rain Friday, Saturday, or at least a chance of it, Sunday and Monday on both models. So I don't think we're going to escape. Now, you know, it will likely not be a washout the next 4 days, but there will be times when those showers kick up and dump some heavy rainfall in local areas. And the European is still advertising 2 to 3 inches of rain between now and early next week. So we'll reserve judgment here and kind of see what happens. But as of now, our models are not really being very skillful at helping us give you exactly what's going to happen and when. So we're going to say cloudy and cooler tomorrow, 70 degrees, a couple of scattered showers or storms, mainly in the morning. And then Thursday, our lowest chance for rain, about a 20% chance, maybe a few here coming into Thursday and then going into Friday. Our storm chances or rain chances pick up through the weekend and into next week. We maintain well above average temperatures all the way through the first couple of days of June, and much drier than normal too. All right, this is Emma, Byron Douglas's big fan. Can you see Emma back here, the cat watching TV? Maybe we've got a cat out there that can decipher these crazy models tonight that are not latching on to what's actually happening out there. We talked about that before. We call that the initialization. And if you don't have a good one of those, then stuff that comes out of the model will be garbage as well. Garbage in, garbage out, right? Okay, let's see what we have here. Nancy Perry, good evening. Jeanette Rice is on, good evening. John Radis, do I think we rely on models too much instead of good old-fashioned forecasting? Well, good old-fashioned forecasting, I'm all for that, but oftentimes they would miss it too. When you're looking at 2 to 3 days out, even if you're doing your hand analysis and everything, you're still going to miss. The models have been pretty skillful up to now, but as you know, I guess it's been a year ago now, there were cuts in the NOAA budget, and part of that removed weather balloons, not all of them, but some of the weather balloon or soundings that are input into the data, into the model. And we might be seeing the impact of that. It's hard to say. And if you've got less good information coming in, you're going to get much less good information coming out on the other side. Yeah, and we had rain today. I mean, some people had over an inch of rain today, but they were real scattered thunderstorms. JD Rapp, is severe weather going to be active in June this year? Is it going to be quiet? Hard to say. Usually by June we've started to kind of roll off the severe weather season. And keep in mind, May has been very quiet, severe weather-wise, here in the tri-state, not necessarily around the country, but here we've not had a lot of severe weather. Connie Wicks is on. Teresa Hawkins had an inch of rain in Whitesville. I'd believe that, probably with that hail that we had today too. You were under a severe thunderstorm warning. William Raleigh, only a trace, and that's near the station here. Dennis Lannert, good evening. Oh, watching from Belize. Oh, Dennis Lannert, hey. We just go to church together. Yeah, but you're in Belize, so I probably won't see you at church Sunday. All right. Jeff Miller. Garden is really enjoying the rain. Yeah, in my yard, like instantly greened up even more, which is a good thing. John Fearhiley had an inch and a half in Georgetown, Texas. I'll bet you did. We had heavy rain that went through the Arklatex and Texas overnight and then today. And of course, the severe weather was kind of concentrated out to the west of Kansas City, kind of toward Topeka. Some of the storms yesterday produced shelf clouds. I had a number of people send in shelf cloud pictures and roll cloud pictures, which is where you have a long kind of tubular cloud that rolls out along that gust front. But the shelf cloud is usually a signal you're going to have a squall line and maybe some severe weather moving in. And what's happening here is your rain-cooled air gushes down and outruns the storm, and so it forces the warm air aloft ahead of it. And while it's doing that, the moist air that's condensing turns into clouds, and this shape rather, or the pattern of the air going up and down creates that pointy look called the wall cloud, or the shelf cloud rather. Oftentimes you'll get the scud in there, and it oftentimes will appear to rotate. It's not going this way, it's often kind of moving like that. Those are not funnel clouds, by the way. When we have tornadoes, oftentimes there will be a wall cloud, which has some similarities. They usually kind of come down from the base of a cumulonimbus, and they do rotate, and you don't want to be anywhere near one of those when it forms. But shelf clouds generally tell us we're going to have wind gusts and maybe some damaging winds too. Josh Brown, how's the weekend looking? Hoping it doesn't get, the dirt track races at Windy Hollow. It's really too soon to say, and it's one of those deals you could get, the storm that hits in Kentucky right on you. Scattered thunderstorms are always fraught, trying to forecast if and where and when they're going to hit. And usually about the only way you can do that is what we call nowcasting, which is looking at the radar and say it's raining there and it's going to move up here. Which is better than nothing, but then that means somebody's got to be watching the radar, and that's not a lot of fun if you're trying to watch a dirt track race. So anyhow, the bottom line here tonight is that we will have a few more showers overnight and a few more scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two during the early part of the day on Wednesday. After that, couple of dry days for the most part Wednesday, Thursday, then Friday we start the warm up and we get back into more rain again. All right, I will see you on 14 News at 10 o'clock. I appreciate you watching here. Stay safe and we'll see you at 10.